Hello, my name is Chatelier, and welcome back for another episode of Curse of Steel in Supreme War Ultimate. In previous episode we did the invasion of French Somaliland, and now it's Soviet Somaliland, of course. We've brought in a bit more troops, and the French have tried to do a little bit of assaults in here with a bit of light infantry battalions, that's about it. But the reason I did a bit of a time skip, probably about a few months. The one reason why I did bring you back is because there's demonstration against the communist government in Poland. We are going to have to support the government, and I think one reason why they are such things is because the domestic approval rating isn't all that high. The military approval rating is also relatively low. I think big reason for that is because they have a massive debt level. They do have a bit of unemployment in there. I suppose, I wonder, would they take on the free trade agreement? No. What about a free flow of labor? No. Okay, so they won't be doing that sort of deals with that. We could, of course, alleviate the issues there by gifting them a bit of cash. Like 200 million isn't that massive amount of money for us. It's a decent chunk, but it's like not massive, and if we can sort of keep them on our side, we could always, of course, just take some troops. For example, we've got plenty of troops over here waiting to be transported somewhere. So if we take, say, these two plus those 5, and send them to just sit in Warsaw, or next to Warsaw, so that if they do decide to, you know, have a coup and all that sort of stuff, we might be able to stop that. Or we might not, I don't know. But we have gotten the commercial nuclear power research done. So I could use nuclear power, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that it takes quite a bit of resources to build. We don't have enough uranium production right now. We are going to be increasing the uranium production a little bit by building a rail in there, because this place has a pretty decent supply level, but that one does not. So the rail will allow the supplies to get in there a little bit easier. We're also building up the orbital launch pad and aerospace engineer in here. Now, admittedly, geographically speaking, this area doesn't make any sense to have the orbital launch pad or anything like that, because it's so far away from the equator. But regardless, in this game, I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. Got some more trade deals. So actually, how is our treaty integrity? It's already 55.4%. So it's slowly increasing still. We don't have a particularly good domestic rating right now, but that's good enough, I suppose. The oil price has dropped quite drastically because I sold like 500 million barrels. So we might reduce the production since we're still, I'm pretty sure we're still buying a lot. So if we reduce the production down to, I don't know, 4 million barrels or something like that. Let's go for 50% of the capacity. Because we're still getting a lot from our colonies. Mostly in the Caucasus area. And there's more submarine action down here. We've been seeing a lot of submarine or merchant marine over here. We even brought in another submarine there. Also, I had my submarines in Albania go and sink another French vessel. So one of them now has a Silver Star. So they're getting rather experienced. We are spending a lot of cash right now on various things. I think I can't really, oh well I could, but I don't want to reduce the infrastructure funding all that much. Healthcare funding is also pretty decent for increasing the population, and law enforcement is really required. We could maybe, well no, the cultural subsidies are very small expenditure, and the family subsidy is only 10 million. We'll probably keep it as is. Our population is increasing a decent bit per year. It's like 1.7 million or something like that per year, which isn't bad. And we're bringing in these two back home, because what I'm preparing for is the assault into Corsica. Now, Corsica itself won't be that massive, but it's just because a lot of the African nations, no doubt, will get their independence in the next... Oh, Afghanistan is non-aligned right now. Okay, we might be able to bring them back into the fold. One way or another. What do they need? I believe we are already selling them timber, so timber is not the one that we need to sell. Technically speaking, they probably need a lot of consumer goods, which we don't have a lot. But let's say we sell a little bit regardless. Let's say 250 per day for 90 days. They won't be paying much, but it will be a really good deal for them. And I suspect that that might allow them to maybe reconsider joining the Warsaw Pact. At least aligning towards us, if nothing else. We do have another actually, no, we sent all the transports back. We can probably take this one off from the group already. We have 2 escorts in there and the 3 submarines. Now there isn't, like, luckily all of this is held by Ethiopia, and Ethiopia is not allied to any of the NATO nations per se. They are leaning towards NATO, but they're not NATO. Although I suppose if I could perhaps start improving the relations with, or selling things to Ethiopia, would they take that offer? They might. They don't have a massive income. But like, we can sell them maybe a bit of oil. 90 days. Get 12 million out of it. That's not a good deal, but it might be good for them. And that way, if we can sort of get more foothold in Africa, that'd be really good. Now, of course, most of the African nations are still independent. Or not independent, rather. Tunis and Morocco are independent now, but I don't think we'll be able to get... Oh, Tunis is still fighting North Vietnam. Oh. Interesting. Also, is there anything that Korea needs? Well, they are still fairly loyal. Ooh, they might need a bit of petroleum. We're doing fairly small trade deals, but if we do a lot of them, then it should still increase the treaty integrity little by little. We do have a bit of troops over here waiting. I don't think we've actually loaded up anything from here recently, no. We got most of the armies that are waiting to be transported in here. Well, not all of it, but most of it. Ooh, we've got another one of these. Now I can hold quite a bit, so we'll load these into there. Can it hold anything else? It's got 122. You know what, we'll just keep it as that. We'll bring those in here. So what we have in these 3, or 2 rather, we got some... Well, we got 1 AA battalion, and then we got 1 artillery and a decent bit of infantry in there. Technically speaking, we could have put another artillery on this one. But I don't think we'll need too much. We have loaded up a decent bit of stuff into the troops here. Well, actually, it's not that many units per se, but it's very heavy. And it's gonna be up to, let's see, 7 AA units. So that's gonna be really useful, because once we take, or manage to land into Corsica and all that, and maybe take the port, so we can land ships in there, the French are gonna be sending us so much planes from here to here, which we'll need to shoot down, but that is going to be an easy way for us to reduce their air power, so that when we do a landing in northern France, well, I mean, there's still going to be some other nations that will have planes to support there, but like, we should be able to maybe take a bit of a foothold there later. But first, I think Corsica and maybe some other areas, technically Algeria could work still as a location to sort of act, or have a bit of a shortcut to get into, or protecting Gibraltar, basically. Or blockading Gibraltar, I suppose, is a more accurate way of putting it. Right, so we've got these submarines. I think what we're going to do with them is we're going to send them over there. We're going to try to go around a little bit and start maybe patrolling around Corsica already. Thinking some things. There is still every now and then a lot of ships going through the Creek Channel, or the Corinth Channel, I think. Or is there actually? I don't think it... I suppose it does work, because that's a town. Or does it? I don't know. Regardless, there's a lot of traffic through there every now and then. And over here especially. And then, how many actually? We got 10 submarines total over here. Oh, did we sink something elsewhere? I think we did, but the question is where exactly. Could have been there, or it could have been just another one here somewhere. Or something over here. That's a possibility. Because they do send ships through here every now and then, sometimes through here. So it's a bit of mystery even to see where they are approaching from. We are using a lot of cash though. Let's have a look. Okay, so the manufacturing improvements are going to be done soon. That should give us a massive amount of extra production, but at the same time that means that we'll have a lot more need for electricity, I reckon. Right, let's go ahead and sell some more tech to China. That's an easy way to get some money. Warfare, Tank Tech 42. Okay, that's only 60 million that they're paying for that. India, we can sell you the Tank Tech 42. Are you also paying 60 million for that? Alright. What about Ukraine? We can sell you a bit of techs as well, so that's going to be a few million. Right, so I did manage to get Bulgaria to switch back to NATO, or Warsaw Pact Alliance, sorry. Not NATO Alliance, that would be a disaster. But we have lost Afghanistan as one of the nations that were aligned towards us. And I don't think if we can easily get them back is the question. I mean, we could probably sell them some techs. I'm pretty sure that the techs don't necessarily switch their side. It's more the economical stuff that will help us. I'm still not... Oh, I think these are the ones that have been fighting. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so it's over here again. Oh, the Belgians are going through. Okay, so that will get all the way here, I suppose. Before it gets sunk. Let's go ahead and move in one of the escorts over here, actually, so we'll have more firepower to sink the enemy vessel trying to get in. Alright, well, that being said, oh, who's here? Oh, we see some French stuff in here. Oh, Korea has a unit in there. They probably bought that from the British. I see. Well, well, well. How's the economy doing? Unemployment is 3.7%, inflation is 7.7%, so it's not great. We've been building a lot of troops. I've also decided to scrap a lot of the old stuff in the barracks. Not the stuff that has been deployed though, but like in the barracks, because we don't really need them right now. I might actually take some of these infantry units, send them down south, so that we can maybe get one more ship with some troops for landing. Although this is already 5 plus the escort. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of these, remove them from there, and maybe we'll give a capital ship to assist there, or a submarine. Now we'll have submarines going in there as a separate group. I think we'll bring in another 2 over here, so that's going to be a full 7. And then we'll be able to maybe bring them in. Oh, right, one thing that we are going to need is we're going to have to get some supply ships as well. So we'll need to have these. I mean, we've got 3 of these with units right now. They have a little bit extra supplies, but not a lot. But what we'll need to do is once we get one more transport ship built here, we'll probably put that in as just a supply ship. And we'll probably need to move most of this. Like, we'll move one of these capital ships to escort that, and then I don't think we necessarily need these ships. Quite frankly, we can move the patrol boat over that way, and then these 2 can be escorting the supply stuff. Although there's already 2 escorts there, so we'll also put in one of the capital ships to help with the escorting, and we'll have basically 1 capital, 1 escort, and then 5 transports on both of these. And we'll have some submarines doing screening for the fleet. And that should kind of work. What is the next fleet that we're making in here? It's going to be another escort, actually. Then the civilian cargo ship is going to be another month. Okay, so after a month we can probably start moving the ships over. First we'll probably go to Albania, and then we can go around, although, well, we won't be able to go around that easily. I'm still hoping that we could get military access from Libya, but I think that's going to be hopeless. Right, so what is costing us this much money? Daily expenses. We were supposed we're buying a lot of things as well, aren't we? Well, it's actually not that much. Mostly the electricity. Oh, is that another fight in... No, it's not a fight in there. I can hear fighting somewhere, though. Have they managed to land some troops somewhere again? Oh, there's some stuff over there. But that's not the one that is doing the fighting. I suppose it could be in Korea. Another rebellion. Doesn't look like it. Oh, I remember now. It's down here. Those enemies trying to land troops. Well, land quote-unquote troops. They wouldn't be actually landing. So the production, we actually make money from the domestic sales compared to the production costs. But the treasury and all that, we do spend quite a bit of money on social spending, I suppose, overall. But a large chunk of that is infrastructure and healthcare. I mean, I suppose maybe we could reduce the healthcare a little bit. Let's go to like 40 million. It's still going to be pretty decent. It's going to allow us to have perhaps a bit more unemployment, which is going to allow our economy to sort of stay lively. Alright, so those submarines are going to be reaching here. We'll probably send them to Albania first. And we got our ships over here. What we'll probably do is we'll send them down this way. Now, there could be some planes that can do quite a bit of damage on the submarine, so we'll need to be a little bit careful. 2 days for the manufacturing improvements. That's going to be really crucial. There we go. 2 days later, the research has been done, and now do we have anything in research? Oh yes, weapons industry advances. Good. And I'm kind of curious to see how bad the increase on our electricity is going to be. And maybe rubber a little bit. Rubber, I don't think it's going to be that bad yet. We've got plenty of the synthetic rubber production. But electricity, I think, might be in shambles for a little bit. Or maybe not. Oh, wow. Okay, well, we should be making pretty... Oh, actually, we need to lower the price over here to like 6,000-ish. But yeah, now we'll have a bit of consumer goods. We'll actually... Yeah, we'll keep 10% of the extra production, but this should be pretty good for our exporting. At least the trade is making more money now. But I suppose that... Does that mean... I don't know. I think the inflation is actually still dropping, so that's good. We brought in the troops into... Actually, no, we haven't brought in the troops into Warsaw yet. I think they're on their way. And we got more submarines sinking things over here. Now they've got 7 submarines. Oh, actually 5 of them have gotten the promotions already. That's not bad. Oh, one has got the Bronze Star now. Well, that's good. Just keep on fighting. And we got our submarines now close to Corsica. We'll go around a little bit. I don't think I want to enter into the region. Just because if we go in there, then anyone else can use their ships to fight us. We'll just sort of do circles around the island to see if there's any major traffic in here. And then we'll probably get back into places where we can resupply. Have we managed to get the... No, the treaty... Well, actually, the treaty integrity has gone up to 55.8 now, so we're almost at 56%. And then I think once we get over 60%, we might be able to get some of the trade deals done again. Or the agreements... The treaties. Treaties is the word that I was looking for. Integrated circuit is going to be done soon, and that's going to unlock a lot of things. Is there... Oh, that's not going to be available quite yet. Multi-state rockets is not going to be available. That one is going to be. Do we have anything else that we've unlocked? No. It's only the chemical shells, and we're not going to be using those. How many units have we killed thus far? 2,400. 2,100 of which are French. I mean, should be... Suppose some of them were lost already before that, but yeah, I think if we can get in here and set up some air defenses in there and all that, just basically have this as a bait for the enemies to bring in here. We'll need to have some submarines going about to sink all the enemy ships that might try to attack. Which, no doubt, there's going to be plenty, but once we sink the initial sort of wave of the enemy ships... Don't go inside the territory, please. I suppose I could just give them orders to move through there. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot of traffic going through here. Right now, anyway. I suppose we may have missed some of the traffic going past us. It's always a possibility. Oh, well, there's another one. Yeah, we're getting pretty good experience in there for the submarines, and those are going to be some of the screening vessels for the... Oh, Mongolia is switching back and forth now as well. Okay, so we're really not doing a great job at keeping everyone happy. We do have at least a little bit extra in here. Who are we selling these to? Probably quite a few places. Oh, right, and I did also, as an experiment, I started building a proper industrial goods production for Estonia. The idea is that since Estonia will have to sell all the extra production that they have to us anyway, then we can sort of not focus that much on the industrial goods production ourselves. I mean, we're already buying a lot of it anyway. Now, to be fair, the defense and the research are also pretty high expenditures, and just the state expenditures total. So intelligence is 30 million per day. There's certainly room for improvement there. So the electricity consumption didn't actually go up all that much. But how much do we have unemployment? It's still 3.7. Inflation is slowly dropping. Very slowly. Right, we're still losing a lot of naval electronics. Let's see. Oh, you're willing to pay 10 million for that. I don't think that's a good... there we go. That's 500 million. And then nuclear fission from China. That's 1 billion. Korea, we could probably sell something for you. The FM radio. Japan, I think we can still sell you some food for a pretty decent price. Oh, it's 400 million, it'll do. Oh, India didn't want to take that deal, but China did. Okay, China, what else can I sell you? Nuclear weapons research, ooh. It'll be cheap, but it's gonna make them a nuclear power soon enough. I'm actually okay with that. As long as they are roughly on our side. And not on the enemy's side. Right, so the integrated circuits, that's 11 days. How close are we getting the boat in here? We've got on the escort, so that's good. It's going to be really dangerous bringing in the ships here, though. But I can hope to sort of get through that. I'm just going to send these back to Albania to resupply, and then we'll probably start sending these actually into Albania already. We'll have them go over there. So the Albanians have a little bit of stuff here. Albania is not fully in our side. So let's just sell them some tech for fairly cheap. Yugoslavia, we could probably sell you the... or maybe the microscope. 60 million. Ooh. I get here fighting. Oh, over here. Okay, they had another... oh. Foreign Legion infantry. Espionage prevented. One of our spies was unsuccessful in their recent mission to French Africa, or French West Africa. Fortunately, they were able to escape and return to home. Okay. So how much of a profit margin are we talking about in terms of the... it is actually pretty decent profit margin in the consumer goods overall. And also for the domestic sales, it's 10,000 per ton. It's rather expensive, I'll admit, but yeah, sometimes it needs to be. Yeah, most of the pricing is pretty high. I might increase the domestic price for electricity a little bit, just to reduce the amount that we need to import. Plus also we make a little bit more money from the sales then. Well, actually the total amount of money might not go up that much. But regardless, we'll do it that way. And oh, the cargo ship is in 5 days. Good, so that's going to be the supply vessels for the convoy. We've got the submarines already on their way. We do still have a blockade in here, and they're not going to get past that. Because they've got basically 3 hexes in here that we can shoot them down. I don't think we've gotten the better submarine unlocked yet, the Zulus. No, we need the military vessels 51, which is currently going to take quite a bit of time. Oh, the power grid is only 100 days away. And that's going to increase the electricity production quite drastically. So at that point, if we have enough unemployment, we can easily start expanding our consumer goods production even further. Because the marketplace, or the market value for those is quite large. Oh, there's more fighting. Let's just sell some consumer goods to India. Take like, I don't know, 10,000 tons. Getting 92 million, that's not bad. And they sent in another unit over here. No. It's combat somewhere else. Oh, it's combat over here. Why are the Turkish trying to land in here? Okay. I suppose they're pretty much the only one that can get through here. Well, not necessarily true. But I guess they're trying to help their ally. Not that it's going to work. But yeah, this is going to be a bit risky. There's sometimes French fleets in here, which is why I'm not using the sea transport orders all that much. Although I suppose maybe I could do something like that with, like, I don't know, this one, sea transport into here. Just to have a little bit more troops down here. If need be. We don't have any more transports here. We've got a little bit of navy though, just to protect the entryway so that they can't just land into the port itself. And Suez is still guarded. Submarines are slowly getting their way through here. Right, Yugoslavia, you still got a lot of money, so how about I sell you more technology? Some of it might not be very valuable for them, but regardless, I'll sell that forward. What about Hungary? I could sell you the acoustic. Oh, sure, I'll sell that. Right, so these need to resupply. There's one of these submarines that has been hit already a tiny bit. It's good enough for the time being. Oh, and looks like the petroleum price has gone up again. What we're going to do is we're going to just sell another 60 million barrels. It's a fairly small amount, but it's going to give us a decent bit of cash. Integrated circuits. Ooh, does that unlock any new things? It does unlock the another medical research. Oh, and we had quite a few things in here already. Conventional computers, what does that do? Oh boy, that's going to unlock a lot of things. Okay. Have we unlocked any new... well, we haven't unlocked any more capital ships yet. We will eventually, but most of them aren't all that great yet. No new transports either. I mean, that would be 500-ton capacity, which is the same as we have already. I'm looking to get a landing craft that has about 1,000-ton capacity, so that would be already pretty decent sort of capacity that we could land at any given point. Also, I suppose a few other things that we could sell is more of the metal ore sales. Sell another 6 or 5 million tons there, and then coal, we could probably sell a little bit, but I don't think we necessarily need to. The timber sales, we've been selling a lot. In all fairness, we are saving up a little bit, and of course we are probably gaining a lot from our... Actually, we are exporting a lot more than we're importing. I suppose we've got a lot of standing trades going with other nations for that. Oh, Bulgaria is going back to leaning instead of aligned. Right, let me just sell you a bit of consumer goods. That'll make you happy, right? And my goodness, there's a lot of submarine firing somewhere. Oh, did they? Oh, yeah, there we go. They're back to our sphere. I suppose if we do the same for Romania, I think we've still got quite a decent bit of stockpile in here. Might even sell some to Poland. Oh, and Bulgaria. Oh, wait, no, that was them coming back to the aligned, not leaning. Oh, there was more ships going through here. So that means that there's going to be even more stuff over here eventually. So what is that? Right, that's the sea transport going out. Or the merchant marine, as it's also called. Okay, we got the cargo ship now. So what we'll probably do is we'll end the episode here. I'll be moving these fleets over to Albania before next time. Or maybe, well, I'll probably move them to Albania, pick up the submarine, so to speak, and get the ships down here before we start the next episode. So we'll be able to still move in, see if there's anything, sort of activities going on in there, and then land into Corsica, and hopefully be able to hold that. It might be a bit difficult, admittedly. For the ships, we will probably want to keep them mostly outside of the reach of the area here, because if we have the ships in the territories in here, then as long as the enemy ships get onto the French side of things, they can start firing on us. I suppose they could fire on us even if we... Well, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, subscribe if I haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.